Hey, so this is the Traders Square UP. Yep, so for today we are gonna talk about just we all three sitting around and talking about our own things. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like last time we've been doing like weekly reviews together, right? But now we don't have time to do it weekly, so we'll make it like a once a while thing, and we just sit and talk about whatever trading, about life, and about our progressions or realizations or anything that we would like to share with each other. And you guys have the uh, privilege of listening to us. Sharing our thoughts with each other and also sharing it with you guys on YouTube.
Sharing it with you guys basically as well. So it's just basically us sharing our realization on things and also
Yeah, so there's no script here, it's just going to be a very real one.
okay, so
And this inspiration comes from, ICT has been joining a few of like a trader round thing where people just talk about trading stuff, like going in very deep on ICT, PD arrays and all his stuff. But we'll do something a bit different here because we'll talk more about life and our relation and our realization on our trading. And yeah, at the moment, how are we balancing our lifestyle within
things that matter most. Yeah, Benjamin said basically going to talk about things that matters most to us and how are we progressing, how we going about the things that matters most to us. Correct.
No, because if you want to talk about trading, right, like there's so many methodology. Even ICT itself also got so many PD arrays. That is actually not what makes anyone profitable. Okay, it's actually all about the mindset. And yes, ICT did say he got 80 plus entry models, but actually all he's doing is he knows when to enter, not where. Where to enter is secondary. The thing is when to enter. That is why it's always time and price. So right now we all three are sure we are just going to talk about what matter most, not PD arrays, not RSI, not whatever settings you use for your trade entries and stuff. Okay.
So I don't know that time when you were saying when you were saying about his profit and loss overall, I mean like till today was how much? $200 is it? 400.
Yeah, 200.
200 or 400.
Down 200.
No, up.
Down 200 means I got
No,
400.
initially you were up 400, right?
Okay, yeah, initially I was up. So right now, just like right now, I want you all to talk about like what is your trading progression
I'm just
like.
going to talk about
Yeah.
what I feel like talking about now, okay? So now, because that time I just came back from work and Benji suddenly was telling me about he was actually up $400, right? Something like that, right? Then I gave myself a thought like now I think back, I was also up around $375. So actually our account was up 800 at least $600 if we minus off all the loss and stuff. Okay. So it was very unconsciously okay, but now we are down back, but it's okay.
The drawdowns are slingshot, right? You reach your equity
No, because
high.
basically is what we are still at break even only. That's what I see only. Okay.
But
So
actually, $600 from how much? 12,000. 12,000. How much? How many percent? 5%. 5%.
0.5%. 0.5%.
No,
5%.
10% is 1.2. 5%.
5%.
5%. Also.
Wow, that means
5%.
we actually reached the target. Yeah, but we were never really thinking about it also.
And then we were never really calculating it. So that is why it's very important. Okay, guys, ICT always say you must have a goal, and once you reach the goal, just stop there.
Maybe just draw, right?
Yeah,
The first 5%.
yeah, it was the first one because Joshua had a very good win. Like he did one trade, and I remember it was a Nasdaq trade, and he won like $285 something like that lah. So it was literally a crazy win already, guys.
Yeah, but the thing was, you see, that's what I realized. Like, I don't know. I'm talking about my most recent progression now. Okay, we are just going to dive into the thing. The thing is, this thing that I realized why I'm still not profitable, in a sense, is because I realized the trades that I've been taking, right. Those big wins, right? It's like, for example, the biggest win that I took on that time, I only reached less than around $25 for that $233. So that risk to rewards was freaking crazy. Okay. So this gave me a thought, like thinking back on now my current trading, though I'm very comfortable losing $50 and what, but if it's based on the account size, yes, it's 1% plus. But for me, it's like because I was listening to ICT podcast also, but one is like he was saying his good traders only risk half of what they can easily make every single day. Let's not talk about every single day, but just risk half of what they can easily make. So my thinking is, if I am more picky with my trades, I have been thinking of trading based on price action, but now I'm going to increase something. I'm going to include something. It's about the risk first, because I sort of like, every time I see risk, it's just 1% of the account. But now I think about it, I would feel much more comfortable if I lose less than 1%, like maybe $25 to $30, something like that. So now I'm going to limit myself to using 25 to $30 percent in 25 to $30. That is my risk. If the trade is exceeding it, okay, I will not take the trade and I will just forgo the trade. Because if the trade lets me risk around that kind of risk, and then I will have a reward of around $100, it's a very good risk to reward. So if I continue doing this, I will definitely be profitable. So that is what I realized for my own trading. You talk first lah. Yeah, so same thing with me. And actually, yeah, last week, and during this whole month I went through a series of nine to 10 trades losing streak, and it was all pretty small losses until last week. No, last week I decided to push in an environment that we are not supposed to push. And yeah, I was just trading based on price action, and I just told myself like, oh, 2% a day of risk is nothing because of the potential profit. But actually I was focusing on the wrong thing. Okay, so I should have focused more on managing my risk, like how I done previously, that got me to my equity high. But because trading Nasdaq, if I limit myself in terms of stop loss, I have to be more picky with trades. So last 2 weeks I did not do so, because well, I was trading ES before that, and actually ES allow more flexibility in terms of setups, because it in terms of points, it's more it gives you a more lesser risk. So trading Nasdaq right now, I'm doing it the same with Joshua. Okay, I limit my risk, because right now trading based on the account size and not just trading based on price. Because actually, if I hadn't lost all my profits, it is going to be a very is actually still on the equity high. But yeah, so focusing on just managing my drawdown right now, and just like what Joshua said, like my I just need one low resistance run to recover back all the drawdown very easily, and not risking more. Also, I can just risk like $25 to $30 with a potential of gaining more than $100. So yeah, that's the way I'm trading right now. And this week I started implementing it. Like, okay, I lost like $30 and I just stopped. And trades that I cannot afford, I forego it. And I realized that this give me more conviction on, okay, I do like that, I'm definitely going to be profitable, because only by trading this way, managing my losses, I can let my winners outpace my losses easily. Or else it's just going to be a big win, then I lose it all very easily, then a big win again. Because right now I'm trading with the least leverage, so I cannot take any partials and stuff. So I have to do it in a way where I can reach consistency with the least leverage, which is just trading like that. So in times when times will come when I can add more contracts, definitely it's going to be way profitable. Because if I can make one contract in current market conditions, I can make something consistent out, then it's going definitely going to be profitable. And also, yeah, I ended my losing streak on Friday with a small scalp, although it's a small profit. But
Yeah, it was very funny also because when I was trading London, right, Joshua went and logged in the account twice also. So I was like, fuck that shit. So what I did was I straight away just I straight away instead of closing the trade, I just managed the stop loss. I just put it better than break even to cover commission costs. And then it did run to my direction, but I got stopped out. But in the end, I did enter with a continuation. So you guys can just go look at the trade reviews and stuff. And I'm fine. Although I enter with a continuation, it's just a 10 point short, so it's just $20 lesser. So I don't really care because it's just meant to be a scalp also. It wasn't meant to be anything else. Okay, so yeah, as for me, so I would like to talk about my trading. How did my trading change? So at first before I started working, I was also trying to trade in terms of the percentage and just upping the contracts and until like the most I've traded was with 4 contracts. So right now from seeing my past histories, at first I can see that when I was using one contract, I was in drawdown like $100. But then later, that time we just had some talks. Then we were just thinking, okay, maybe you should just increase the leverage and just be comfortable with. So after that, I had the win, and when I won, right, I won like $85. Right, then the drawdown literally become like $19. Then I continue with that pace. Then that's when my drawdown skyrocket up. Then my max was $160, and that was just right after when I was thinking like, okay, I'm just $19 away from the drawdown right now. If I just get one more trade, then I'll be in profits.
Yeah,
But
but
then
also take note, it's $160 based on $11,000 account. Okay.
yeah, so it's actually small, but based on what Joshua say, like ICT said, you only lose how much you can afford to win. How much that you can just close your eyes and win it. Then that's the only when you won't be worried about it. But for me, when I was trading like that, you can say I was feeling pretty stressful in trading in this environment also, because even though I always tell myself, wrong is losing is part of being profitable. But the amount that I was losing that time, even though let's say it was just a $50, $60, $70 loss, to me is still considerably big because it's like 200 plus ringgit in our currency. So even though I was trying to brainwash myself, telling myself this is the way, but every time when I trade, it's still somewhere behind there. So I realized these are some things that these are some things that you cannot, how to say, these are something that I believe you cannot overcome this by really coming to realization that this is the amount that you can win easily. Then only you are able to overcome this fear. You won't be able to overcome it by just losing it, because you are not even comfortable losing that amount of money at the start. And plus that time we weren't working as well, so there's no thing that let me cushion that, okay, I'm fine losing this amount of money. So yeah, then slowly after I started working, I got humbled, basically, because right now my working wages, right, I'm literally earning like maybe 70 plus ringgit a day only. So 70 plus roughly there, 80, let's say 80 ringgit a day. So if you change it to the if you change it to US dollar, you change it to US dollar, I'm basically earning less than $25 a day. So I just had that thought that, what if one day I can just use one contract five handle? So basically that's what I shared with them, and we all three decided that, oh yeah, we were really setting our goals too high last time, trying to reach there, but then we realized that we are not really reaching there. Like sometimes you get big wins, sometimes you get
I would
lose.
say it's not really like, oh, we are risking too much. It's more like, you see, when you listen to ICT, right, you only have the perspective of the Americans. And then it's seriously, five handles for five handles is the most easiest, is the least leverage. That's why it's for us, like in Malaysia, right, and we are using our own real money and converted into US dollar is still a big amount. It's like we are trading $100, but we only can tell ourselves that it's the least. So it was actually quite a hard.
But you see, we all three started into trading and we straight away go into live fund. Okay, we are not like other people are going to prop
We
firms and stuff.
started with $5.
That's why right now you can see that why I'm feeling like you use like I see that when you like people trade prop firms, right? Because it's not their money, and so they demo they literally just leverage they gamble. But right now it's because it's our money, that's why you can see that yeah, we hold ourselves more responsible to the to the outcome of the trading.
Yeah, it's again because
And
yesterday I was looking at my trade journal because like literally we just record our own trades. It all started in 2024, in 2023. Okay, it all started with $1,000 account. Okay, it started from there, and it's losing $5 to me is also in minutes or seconds is also a very big thing for me already. And even a $10 win is also a very big thing already.
yeah, last time. So yeah, let me say finish my one first. So basically after that we started saying that okay, why not, like Benjamin say, why not we each person just aim for 15 handles a week, then we'll stop there. So that was my goal initially, but at the moment, like I've been doing this for like I think almost to 2 months already, and I still find it I still find it a little bit hard yet. So I just tell myself I just try. So right now, so that's why you can see in my trade reviews I adjusted the goal to I'm aiming for 10 handles a week. So 10 handles a week is $50, and once I reach it, then I stop there because basically let's cancel on Monday's trading because right now usually most of the time Monday I won't trade unless it's NFP. Other than that, I'm basically trading from Tuesday until Thursday because Friday my work finish at 10:30, so I'm not touching Friday as well. So basically I have three chances. So and for the past 2 months, the trading has been pretty okay because right now my goal is really consistency to profitability. That's why I'm sticking, like I literally just put my profit target at 5 points and that's it. Once I get it, I don't stop there. Once I get it, I just close the live account. I will open a demo account, or I basically just put the line where I place my entry, and I will just say like hypothetically, if I'm still holding on to this trade, like where I will start trading my stop loss, and I'll still continue studying the price action. And at the moment, it's doing pretty okay. And for the last month, like for this month, what I've been doing is I'm trying to like uh push myself a bit, like let's say at 5 handles, then I think it's going to run a bit more, then I try to hold for a little longer. So this is then like 2 days ago, I think I did trade one, and yeah, I did hold it. And when I'm holding for it, I'm practicing, basically I'm putting myself in a risk-free position. And to be honest, sometimes when I get stopped out, right, I still feel like it went 5 handles, I should take it. So right now is I'm still in this process of trying to trying to find myself and trying to improve myself. So at the moment, I really feel like I'm sort of at the right direction because right now I'm starting to see that my drawdowns I'm able to overcome it. And one thing I want to say here is that okay, like last week I had just profitable. That means basically I had like three winning days, which is like the last 2 weeks 2 days winning. Then for this week I win one day, for example. Then the next day I'm literally thinking to myself already, like this is one thing that I realized about myself. I suddenly felt afraid to trade because I was afraid of losing this winning streak that I had in the first time. So how I deal with it, because like when I was working at that, I'm constantly thinking like, hey, today I still can trade, but should I trade? I also haven't reached my target for this week, but this is the first time I'm in profits for 3 days. So I was literally struggling, and I literally didn't want to touch the charts because I just want to hold on to this profits, to this win. So this is when I realized that I am afraid of losing. I'm afraid of losing this winning streak that I have right now. So I came home and I realized that okay, I'm seeing something in the charts, and I was just thinking that should I trade? Then I tell myself that I realized that time that I was afraid of losing. And so what I did was I think it's gonna go up, and I just enter it, and I just put the stop loss like where I think it shouldn't go like that. Because I realized that if I don't lose, this is a problem already. Because I'm literally like afraid of losing, afraid of even trading already, because I was having that small winning streak. So I just tell myself I have to lose. So what I did was I think it was good. I think it's going to go up. So I just literally just press a short trade, and I maybe like put like 10 ticks or something. I let myself lose basically. Then after that I just recover it back with the 5 handles. And if I never recover it, also never mind. So this was what I did, and I did felt better. But right now, when I'm in another winning streak again, I realize I'm starting to feel the same thing again. So this is one thing that I'm really dealing with at the moment, and I'm really trying to tell myself to be like, especially when I get like 2 days, I just got my 5 handles like in and out. Then I just tell myself to stop, right. But then when the next day come again, I will be facing this question that I should I trade, or what if I lose? So right now I tell myself, like, if I lose, like let's say if I had a winning day and I lose this day, I end up break even again. And because right now the main focus of me trading, like at the moment, the goal was to recover from the drawdown. So now as I can see my drawdown slowly going down, right. So this is something that I'm really sure I'm struggling with lah, and I'm still trying to deal with. And this is something really new. Like, even though every time in the trade we are losing is part of being profitable, but then when you start to win, it starts becoming a problem as well, because I start becoming afraid of taking trades. So right now, what I'm literally doing is I don't care. That's why right now what I'm doing is I'm just, not to say forcing, I'm just telling myself every day I just go in and trade. Every day I go in and trade, I get my 5 handles. So I win, I lose, it doesn't matter. So this is right now what I think the way for me to go about training, not to be afraid of losing. Because I remember ICT said, like, in his newest podcast, the one what welcome colorblind, that one, he was saying at the beginning of your trading, you want to lose tons of money, because that is where you want to lose tons of time, because that is where you will learn about yourself.
Not spend a lot of time at the stage when you are building yourself as a trader.
So
So that is where you will learn what will make you feel the most.
yeah. So when he said that, right, I was like, oh yeah, I should, yeah. I like, in a way. Don't get me wrong. I tell you, yeah. I should lose more.
Right.
Let's just remind all the audience that actually we are not even 1 year into trading. So
Yeah,
we should spend a lot of
yeah,
time in drawdowns
and also
break even.
right, and also right, it's still 1%. It's still, you see here say big lose, but I tell you what, $162 of $11,000 car. I want you all to keep that in your mind. Okay, it's 1 point something percent in the total fund, and it's excluding my profit. So if I include my profit with EN1, we are actually less than 1% drawdown also.
I mean, but now
Less than 10%.
but I mean right now, we split so we have already split one account. One account right now is got like 6,000-7,000.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, because we all three are thinking that we are trading each one based on 4,000. That's why it doesn't matter, like, I profit or not, it doesn't matter with Ian. Ian profit or not doesn't matter with Benjamin or us. But if we see as a whole fund overall, it is a win-win for us. Because I may be the one in drawdown, but let's say either of them is in profit, is going to cover my drawdown. So this is one thing that is good with this system. And also, you see, Ian managed to recover his profits like that. His drawdown like that. I would say,
I'm still at the moment. I'm still $63 in drawdown, which I've
$63.
recovered from $160. So
Yeah,
I've
so-
already recovered more than $100. So to me, if you want to count like the month that I started implementing this rule of just getting 5 handles, right, I'm literally in a profit month already.
yeah.
But because you can
I just want to say that I just want to say that I would also dare say, right, these 2 months that we have been trading is a very hard market condition.
Yeah.
But the fact that Ian and we all didn't even blow our account and we still came out in profits and we still can see what is happening in the market. This is not something I would say not something I would have been able to do maybe last year or maybe a few months ago. Yes.
Yeah, and
So I'm trying to say that current market condition is hard, but I still can see price runs. But for me, I can see price runs that is 20, 30 handles in Nasdaq. So to me, this is a progress. And the fact that we didn't lose money, we didn't blow account, that is one thing. But we didn't even not okay. Let's not talk about blowing account. We even managed to pull money out from the markets, and we are disciplined enough to stop ourselves when we lose.
yeah.
So this is to me is a very it's a very great, it's a very big improvement and progression. Okay,
Yeah.
that's how I see it as well.
Yeah, and to be honest, right, like yeah, and I want to ask one question, like how do you all feel like from last time until now you're training, like what do you feel that you improve on? So first I'll talk about mine. I really feel like right now I'm literally more patient than last time. Like, and right now I'm literally at the time like, okay, I want to wait for this price. I want to enter at here only. And if I don't get it, means I don't get it. And sometimes like if I don't get it and it's still like let's say I just sit on like it's in just the first 10 minutes lah. Then later I don't get it. So I will either just wait because I'm just 10 minutes in. I'll just wait and wait for another setup. So last time I wouldn't be able to do that. So that's why I really encourage you guys who is really interested in how our trading is, right? Go see our individual trade review and stuff. In front the stuff you won't really understand because literally we speed up our execution. And why is that? It's just to show you guys that we are trading in a live account using a live M futures market. And yeah, but I believe what is the thing that you can learn from and see from is the behind one, like when we are talking about our trades and stuff. You can literally see like I can see myself being more and more desensitized to the outcome of trading. How? Just by trading more and more and more, like being more frequent in the market. And just like what Joshua said just now, yes, the market's condition right now is like really, 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 really tough, you know. It's like really, really tough. But it's not to say here and there we still don't see price runs. Like here and there, on the days that I'm trading, I got 5 handles, but actually I was aiming for much more higher than that. And I literally watched price reach there. But did I tell myself that, shit, if I hold on to it, I could have earned this? No. I tell myself that, okay, I saw this price run and right now I'm accumulating experiences, and next time I would be more comfortable to hold it a little longer. And because right now the approach that I'm doing is literally what ICT is saying to start from. Just get your 5 handles, then slowly do the training, slowly get your 6, 7, and yeah, so on. But to be honest, right now the market condition is really, really tough. Even these past 2 months as well. So yeah, at the moment also being wrong but profitable. This is what I realized throughout these 2 months that I traded, because I'm just in there taking 5 handles. As long as it offered me the range of 5 handles, right? Even it's like sometimes I just got my 5 handles and it was just a little retracement, but it went somewhere else. I'll feel so glad that I took the 5 handles, you know.
Or what? Progression.
Never mind.
Oh yeah, you answer Ian's question first. Or what is your progression? Yeah, what was your
What you feel like? What kind of improvement do you feel like from last time
Oh,
to now?
definitely.
Now you're trading.
I would believe so is like I have a lot more experience now, and there's a lot of things that I'm anticipating in price now. Like for example, I will see an opportunity first, then I will sort of start to imagine what I want to see. And then as for me, I am trading Nasdaq now because you see everyone is just different, okay? And we are not comparing with each other also. But I'm just gonna talk about my progression is
Because in the end, all that matters is this fund as a whole makes money.
because it's been a few times where I was trading in high resistance and I know that I'm going to a high resistance run. So for those kind of trades, right? But I was really okay. When I entered this trade, I believe it was last week or so, and it was in profits also. But I did two trades. So after I entered the first trade, I thought I was anticipating a low resistance run, but in the end, it came back down to the fair value gap that I entered. But my stop loss is already to better than break even. So it stopped me out prematurely, and then I re-entered again and put my stop loss it was a better position than my previous entry. Okay, so at this point I didn't care whether it stopped me out or not, because if I was using my profit that I profited, which is around $10, to sort of cushion that second trade. And for that second trade, it's like the entry is a very low risk entry. That means when price enter it, I'm really expecting expansion higher, that kind of trade. So and it did painted out. So these kind of things, right, I would not have been able to do it maybe months ago. Because generally for me, like when I just started, I was always telling myself just one trade, if I lose and that's it. But now how I see it is a bit different. I'm just letting my experience guide me now, and I'm just trying things out, just submitting to price action a lot of times. But a lot of times, like I would say the previous weeks, the one that made me came to realization about risk management, not that $50 is a lot of money. It's not that I cannot withstand that loss. It's more like I realized that these things have been happening in within my trading journey, like within the data that's showing me that every time I reach 50, then I earn 100, then I lose 50 again. Then because I'm trying to say that earning $100 is not something I can do consistently and comfortably. I rather do be able to risk maybe $20 to earn $100 rather than risking $50 to earn $100. So that is the whole idea for myself. Okay. So yeah, in terms of progression, this is like, yeah, also more patient waiting for setups. And also I implemented I call it the $30 rules. Okay, which means I will not risk more than $30 maybe last Thursday. And during that day I did saw opportunity, but because I measured the risk was around $40, I did not take the trade also. So I just forego it, just let my experience build out. So I am pretty sure now and onwards I'm going to have to forego a lot of trades, but it doesn't matter. All it matters is I can see the trade is running. Okay, so yeah, that's for me.
Yeah, and for me is the progression would be being more clear on what am I looking for in terms of price action, and when do I want to do something. So, and yes, I also started implementing the risk measurements, because I also trade Nasdaq only right now. Just gonna focus on Nasdaq and just gonna let go a lot of trades, because right now I'm more clear with what I want. So basically just looking into low resistance runs where usually the stop loss placements are all quite tight, and then you don't have to risk a lot and it's very obvious runs. So those are the trades that I'm looking for. And if I trade in a high resistance runs, I also know that it's a high resistance run. And yeah, just basically right now, months ago, I couldn't even do things that I can do right now in terms of price action, tape reading. And right now, I'm just focusing on utilizing the whole morning session basically. So some days where if I have anticipation, I will try to enter during the pre-market runs and stuff. So because I have been doing all this a lot in my demo account, and my demo have teach me a lot to not to not doubt the analyst, to not doubt the analyst in me. So right now learning I'm just learning to not doubt my analyst right now, because many times because I doubt the analyst, I end up missing trade opportunities and stuff. But missing trades is not really the matter, but the fact that why did I doubt it is because chances are I haven't built enough experience, or I just haven't started doing it, implementing it with live funds. Because actually there are a lot of trades that I anticipated it, but and I can afford it also, but I just did not take it. So right now I'm just going to just do it, and if it reach my risk threshold, I'll just stop for the day and I'll just study. Yeah, I'm just doing that, and risk management is going to be done very impeccably to ensure that my winners can outpace my losers very freaking easily. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure by end of this year I'll at least see some results. Because right now to me is once the account reach 5%, I'm going to take the withdrawal already, no matter what.
So they better keep track. Because definitely I'm not the one keeping track because mine is still red, so I won't be able to keep track whether
And right now I'm currently down like $200. So basically I lost like 600.
you up. I think I up around 120.
Yeah, I lost almost all of my profit, and I'm in
I
drawdown.
got one last question here. I found 1 month. I took in 1 week I at minus 200. Yeah, I 1 day ago. So guys, you can see that at first how our trading start, like how our this trading business started. We started by setting a rules that everyone has to follow. But now when we start being a bit more flexible and allowing each other's personality into the trading, man, can start to see like how different is it? Like everybody's risk appetite is different. Like everybody's trading instrument is different. But we are still using the same thing to trade because ICT shit book is everything.
No, and yeah,
that's the beauty
no
of it.
doubt everybody's risk appetite is different, but we are still taking to the same risk. So bringing different personalities in, different trading styles, right? The profits and loss is the loss is going to be remain the same, because that is something that we can limit. But the wins are going to be different, and not forcing each other into a specific mold.
Yeah. Because for like, so now let's talk about it lah.
Now, like for me, right, I don't like to. I'm not like Ian, like can just sit in front and trade every single day. I like to. I just don't like that kind of feeling. I just cannot do it lah. That's for me. That's why I basically pick the time according to my work, and I just trade during that time, and that's it. That's how I do it lah.
Yeah, as my approach is, my approach is consistency profit. Every day I slowly, every day the same amount I win. If I lose, also roughly the same amount.
But I will still.
That's this is right now my starting point. But this is not where I'm going to stop. Like from 500 and go 600, 700.
But I'm still sticking to the if I get $75, I will stop.
Yeah, at the moment my one is 50. I get 50 lah. I'm stopping already. Yeah, right now there's one thing that I want to like talk a bit about, like, and ask both of them whether they have this problem. Because the most biggest character flaw that I'm facing in my trading right now is that, and it's something that I'm still trying to fix. And sometimes only I do fix. I do it rightly, but most of the times I don't do it. Which is I always hesitate to close the trade when I felt like it's lost the plot. Like the inside me is basically telling, okay, it's literally not gonna go your way already. So most of the times, right, I literally will hesitate, and even though I know that okay, this trade is not going to pay out, and then because of that hesitation, it made me like incur more loss. So yeah, this is something that I have been struggling quite. Only like I can count with my fingertips. Only like 2-3 times when I really did it rightly. I literally, when I feel like okay, it's not going to go my way, I literally just close
Yeah,
the
for me it's the same. For me, it's like it depends.
2-3 times.
It depends. It's like I would say, okay, last week it did happen again. That's why I need to re-entry. I re-enter again following the logic and stuff. But definitely it was a high resistance run. A lot of times ICT always say what, take the profit when the new high is formed when you're in the long, or take the profit at the bodies. And a lot of times, right, I'm trying to a lot of times I tried. For example, that day I was trading, I was aiming for a new day opening gap. Okay, price. I was literally it was a very short scalp. Price literally just shoot up like that, touch the CE. But I'm thinking, okay, we are very close to the buy side already. We can reach for it. Then it started going lower and it stopped me out. But what I did was I pull myself to break even, at least break even. That's what I'll do, or at least the risk must have minimized to a lot. Okay, for me to, yeah, I do hesitate a lot, but for me, every time I'm thinking that because high resistance, I tend to have this bad habit. I want to give room to the trade, let it play. Okay, so I want to say one thing. So let's be real lah. If for this 2 months, okay, or rather, I would say my mind is fresh about the past 2 weeks, right? Because it was really high resistance, so definitely when you trail your stop loss down, right, to break even or what, like following the usual order flow, definitely you get stopped down, because that's what I literally did, because these 2 weeks is just really high resistance.
Yeah, and also truth being told, right? Actually, when Joshua was doing that spike out trade, right, I was behind looking one. But I was tempted to tell him, wait, pocket close the trade lah, give you 70 points. I was tempted, but at the time I just 70 points is like 70 kicks. Yeah, actually it's 20 handles on that. But I don't give a fuck. I just watch my anime, but I was looking like, whoa, I
Yeah,
wanted
no,
to tell him just close the trade. You are thinking, okay, it should expand higher on the next handle, but
Yeah, let me tell you what, these 2 months the market was literally shit. There was one day, and I'm so blessed that it didn't happen to me. Okay, I was in a trade, I got my 5 handles, and like 5 minutes later, okay, it was a day where there's no news. Okay, and on S&P it can just suddenly, I was on the 15-minute chart, then why suddenly so animated, boom boom, man. I was like, what the fuck? It literally just went out. So handles. But then, I think again, okay, if I was in a trade, because the time I was in a demo trade already, so 10 handles, and I'm already only one contract, so it's already the smallest of the smallest that I can lose. So I was counting, okay, if I lose this, it will be just a $50. So I'm also okay, but at the same time, I'm really not okay with why suddenly the price move like that. Is there was no news at all. So literally right now the market condition is really
okay,
yeah. Wait. And also with Benjamin that time he told me to close the trade. I tell you I wouldn't have closed the trade also. Yeah, so it's not the ego thing. It's more like because it's like everyone's trading style is different. Like for me, right, when price just poop like that, right, it either continue going up or it just fucking fly down, and yeah, it just flew down.
yeah, because to me is okay. Back to what Ian said. Actually, all along I've been. If you go see my trade videos, right, you're gonna see that I struggle with this a lot. Because like when I see displacement, like what Joshua said, right, my this is my very bad habit. You know, I will shift my stop loss is confirm already at break even. But then the second thing I'll do right away is I will pull my take profit way higher.
Yeah. That's what I did for last week. I'm thinking training. Full like he gave me like 700. But yeah, because on a low resistance, it should really spike. But because of the market conditions right now, right, it didn't.
So right now, what I practice to overcome this is I take low hanging fruit objective. So like that day, why I wanted to tell Joshua to take, because if I was him, whatever, I don't care. Like if it's a new way opening gap, or if it touch a new day opening gap, whatever that is a low hanging fruit, I will place my take profit right there. Okay, and I don't care displays or not. I will tell myself don't touch it unless I got another contract. So the second thing is, if I find that the trade is in trouble waters, I will close without hesitation right now, because I'll tell myself that I close in profit right now. If it still goes my way, I can enter again. So to me, like this is the way I go about. So I have no problem in manually closing a trade if I find problem with it, because anyways, if the order flow is good, everything is still valid.
Like you don't hesitate at all. You straight away
I will put in like a 1-2 minute, like from here. If I don't see anything, I will just close the trade.
No. For me, it's like that. When I enter on that few seconds, it's very easy for me to commit to close the trade. Very easy. Okay, but after I enter for like, if it gets me profits, like maybe 20 handles and start pulling lower, I am not. I always hesitate to close this trade. But when I entry,
especially after you start displacing, and then you start coming back down.
that is where I hesitate. But if I enter and realize that the trade is seriously in trouble water during that current moment, I can close it with a trade. No, this is easier. But when it's running already, then it come back, pull back again. I'm like, because most of the time my stop loss will have been decreased recently. Then I always tell myself, it's okay. I'm going to lose very small risk or either plus 1-2 ticks is okay. If anything wrong, I might still enter again if things allow me, because yeah, this is what I do now. I still do take trades. Because for me, like I think Friday, yeah, it was Friday also. When I took the second trade, right, it was literally based on a new model that I've not used before. It was the first time I used. Basically, this is what I like to do. When I anticipated a low is formed, I will use that candle 25% to enter a trade, and my stop loss is right below that low. So it's like a turtle soup trade, and I literally did that trade the first time. Yeah, so this is me anticipating uh, a trade already, which is what ICT will not say, will tell people don't do that. Okay, but for me, I'm already ready to accept the loss, and the loss was okay. Why I like to enter this kind of trades? Because first of all, I always like to enter at low risk trades. Okay, which means what? When you enter, it generally won't start moving, or when you enter, it must start moving, or it either stop you out. So that is the trade that I'm training myself to enter, and that's the trade that I like to enter. But it's also is what is anticipating an entry, anticipating a trade, which is what ICT don't recommend new traders to do. But for me, it's like I got my logic, I got the narrative is there, and I'm trusting myself, and I'm responsible for all my actions. So there's no right or wrong. I believe this is just me progressing as a trader. Yeah, so we're gonna end this. Yeah, it was a good chat. Very good chat. So make sure to stay tuned, and I don't know when is going to be the next one, but well, I don't think you're going to listen until here. So
I think we just split it out.
huh?
Split it out.
Split it up. Wow, split it up.
At the back we post on.
Never mind, the one you start talking about education, you want to post it on TikTok, no problem.
I go post the whole thing only.
I will just throw to CapCut and see what they do with it. How many shots he
Never
make
mind.
out.
See you guys in the next one.
Yeah, okay.